Good day, everyone. A very warm welcome to today's webinar. I am Nishant Kumar, and I'm thrilled to have you all join us as we take a closer look at how DiliGenie is transforming ITSM operation with simplicity and intelligence. Today's session is brought to you by Diligent Global. We will be showcasing how DiliGenie, our AI-powered ITSM solution, is helping organizations take a holistic approach to IT service management, driving overall operational efficiency. We at Diligent Global empower organizations to make bold strides in their modernization and digital transformation journey. Leveraging deep technological expertise, our commitment has evolved from comprehensive SAP implementations to transformation driven operations and cutting edge digital solutions. Diligent Global is a trusted technology service provider with over 14 years of experience serving 130 plus clienteles across 10 plus countries, powered by 400 plus skilled professionals and strategic partnership with SAP, Microsoft, AWS, and others. We deliver innovative solutions that drive digital transformation. Our ISO and CMMI Level 3 certification, 6 plus Center of Excellence, and robust product portfolio enable us to simplify IT, boost agility, and maximize ROI. We support a wide range of industries, including airlines, consumer goods, healthcare, pharma, manufacturing, engineering and construction, oil and gas, retail, and professional services. Here is a quick look at our comprehensive suite of solutions. We provide transformation, digital service, technological solution, cloud service, and also have our own products, namely Smart Port Migration, TransOp, User Access Shield, and DiliGenie, an ITSM tool. I'll pause briefly so we can take a quick look at our offerings. This is a preview of our clientele. At the heart of today's session is DiliGenie, a key solution in our portfolio designed to simplify IT complexity and empower organizations. DiliGenie is a one-stop solution designed to streamline IT and business operations by providing omni-channel user support, automating service workflows, managing the employee lifecycle, overseeing change and project management, and offering comprehensive asset tracking, all powered by intelligent automation and an integrated knowledge base. Whether you are a mid-sized business or a large enterprise, DiliGenie is to build, to scale with you, adapt with you, and most importantly, grow with you. It's now my pleasure to introduce our host for today's session, Mr. Karthik Setунarayan. Karthik is the Director of Digital Practice here at Diligent Global. He brings over 24 years of experience in enterprise IT and digital transformation, a former Microsoft leader and a published technology author. He has led high impact digital initiatives across the US, Europe, Middle East, and APEC. At Diligent, he is the driving force behind several global programs and an expert in modern ITSM framework, cloud-based delivery, AIML, and intelligent automation. With that, I now invite Karthik to provide a comprehensive overview of DiliGenie. Over to you, Karthik.
Thank you, Nishant. Good morning, everybody. So let me share my screen. Yeah, so I think Nishant briefly touched upon these various modules that we have in DiliGenie, which is our flagship product at Diligent Global. And so thousands of users are there. Currently, we're rolling out to a number of customers as we speak. And so these are the key modules and key capabilities that we'll talk about today. So incident management pretty much is multi-channel. So typically users can create tickets through various ways, not just through self-service portal, but also through email and IVR capabilities. We also have the service request module. You have a request catalog, which is highly configurable. So whatever your organization offers to your users, you can actually configure and publish them. Each of the service requests can have their own workflows and routing mechanisms and approvals based on which a service request can be catered to. And you have change management. Typically, organizations roll out a lot of updates and patches into their production environment. So all of that can be recorded in the change module, and then post procuring required approvals, then the change can be rolled out at an approved window to the environment, right? We have a problem management module which actually handles all your recurring issues by way of which you'll be able to find your root cause and preventive corrective actions of repetitive issues, right? So, and problem tickets are also automatically created when you close and when you work on major incidents, right? So, and you have knowledge base module using which you can publish a number of articles, KB articles, SOPs, etc., which people can refer to. So it's also search enabled by keywords. So, and KB articles can also be linked to your tickets. So in by way in which an engineer can propose a user to follow a particular KB article in order to resolve an issue. You also have the project management module. So again, that is something which is, I would say, it's quite unique to our offering as well. Not many ITSM tools offer project management as a standard offering. So with this, you'll be able to typically manage your projects that you run in your IT organization. It could be of various sizes, but you can define your work breakdown structure, what we call as WBS, various tasks under those each of those phases, assign to different people, monitor the progress, and also report on it. Right. So it's a very convenient module for you to handle and run all your projects. We also have the CMDB module using which you'll be able to track all your assets. You can also link those assets or CIs to tickets. So thereby basically conveying that a particular problem is occurring due to a particular CI, or a CI is affected in this particular incident, right? So that linkage is available. You also have end of life, end of support alerts coming in, so you can set that up with your CIs so that the IT team can take actions whenever they receive such alerts, and pretty much look at maybe upgrading the infrastructure and so on, right? So and moving on, so what is our value proposition here, right? Um, so if you look at it, the whole tool has been designed keeping the audience or the roles in mind, right? So end users, service engineers, service managers are the three important roles. You also have, of course, people who are looking at reports and analytics KPIs to measure the IT performance. But talking about end users, which are of course the heart of the system, right? We have a very simple and intuitive interface for issue logging and service request creation. You have a dashboard driven approach. So when an end user logs in, they'll be able to see the status of their tickets very quickly. They will see what responses have come in from the engineers and whether any information is pending from them to be provided back in the ticket. They can do that as well, right? So it's a very simple and intuitive interface, right, that you will be seeing shortly as well. Coming to the service delivery part, we have the service engineers, right, who are essentially going to be resolving tickets. So we have a dashboard for them as well, using which they'll be able to see what is pending at their desk, what tickets they have not been responding to, what is aging, what tickets they've not taken any actions upon, right? So all of those is something that immediately appears for them on the dashboard, and they can quickly jump into any of this, right? So, and then you have the service managers, right? Service delivery managers who typically may manage one or more teams. And in their dashboard, they will be able to see ticket status across multiple teams, and also look at overall analytics as well across the ticket volume on the teams that they're handling, aging tickets, and so on. Again, as a service manager, these are some very important KPIs that they have to monitor on a daily basis, so they can pretty much look at all of them in a single screen, right? Then if you look at the administration and maintenance, again, we've made it very simple and easy for the IT administrator to manage the ITSM tool by configuring masters, SLAs, and other configurable parameters. It's very convenient for them to manage all of this. Initially, of course, when we roll out the tool, we will do the initial implementation, and we will configure the required masters and values as part of our rollout. But subsequently, it will also be easy for the organization's IT team to manage this tool on their own, right? And then we have the analytics part. We have standard canned reports available from the system. You can choose and run them and export the data to Excel or whatever for further analysis. You can also essentially view visual dashboards on Power BI. So you can do your drill down, slicing and dicing of your data. Look at it at a high level how things are going on, and also at the same time drill down into the lowest record which is causing that particular problem, right? And then we have the integrations. So we have real-time integration with IT OM tools, IT monitoring tools, as we call it, and also your backup, security tools, project management tools, etc. So thereby, any events that are occurring in these tools can automatically create tickets in DiliGenie, and the tickets can also be auto-resolved as and when acceptable levels are accomplished, right? So, and these integrations are not limited to certain tools, but these are quite flexible. You can add more integrations as well as we roll out, right? And last but not the least, we also have the automation framework. So using which we have automated a number of standard tickets, right? So typically onboarding, offboarding, monitoring tickets, all of these are, I think, something that the tool can handle itself without having a service engineer intervention, right? So that is something that we have taken care as well. So these are, I would say, some of the salient features and also the value that we bring on board with DiliGenie. Talking about integrations and automation, some of the integrations that we have done are listed here, right? So talk about manage engine tools, HP tools, SIME tools, project tools, timesheeting tools, Azure Active Directory for single sign-on, and also with SAP for user creation and user offboarding, right? So all of these integrations are something that we have done, and they're successfully running in our implementations. So apart from these integrations with these tools, so we can also integrate with various other tools with our webhooks and APIs available. So very easily that can be configured, and more integrations can also be set up, right? We have the Genie automation framework, as we call it, right? So, as part of this, we'll be able to automate the ticket creation, automate the ticket resolution, ticket updation, and all of that, right? So if you look at some of the examples here, so talk about employee onboarding and offboarding, right? A scenario which is very common in IT organizations, right? So, and as part of a part of onboarding and offboarding, a lot of child tickets are being handled, right? So they are mostly connected with provisioning, authentication, provisioning Office receiver licenses, giving permissions to your intranet portal, for instance, which is on SharePoint. Providing a mobility access, ticketing tool permissions, maybe dashboards or any other Power Apps tools that you might have, and also tools like SCCM, etc. So all of these are tools that you typically see in any enterprise. So the moment you create an onboarding ticket, DiliGenie will be able to pick up those tickets and then start handling those, connecting to various systems at the back end through required APIs, and then also they will update the tickets and close them for you. So which means that user creation, onboarding an employee could be really quick. I mean, if you get a request from the HR team member, maybe within 30 minutes or so, all of this could be provisioned and made available for them, right? So, and same goes with offboarding as well. Again, many organizations do not do offboarding on time, and leading to security lapses and employees who have left the organizations still having access to the confidential data and tools. So that is something which we can handle here, where the offboarding tickets can be automated, which means that when an employee leaves, we can pretty much decommission everything within 20-30 minutes, right? Yeah, so these are some I would say capabilities that we bring on board as part of our Genie automation framework. So let me just quickly get to the actual tool as well, so that you get an idea about how it looks and how it performs. So yeah, so I've logged in as the administrator, so that I can show you features across different user roles. So right now I've logged in as an end user. So the end user dashboard, as you would see, has got my incidents and my requests, something that the user is interested in. They also have buttons here to go to. I have a problem or request something. As you might have guessed, is more for creating incidents and also logging service requests. You also have certain buttons for you to look at some SOPs and feedback and things like that, right? So now I have a problem will typically lead you to your incident creation screen, right? So wherein you can type in your issue, right? Whatever you're facing, then what impact that it is creating for you, whether it's minimal or widespread, etc. The urgency of the issue as well, the category it belongs to, and so on, right? So let me say it can be minor, it can be low. So the priority of the ticket is typically determined based on the combination of the impact and the urgency, right? And then we can say it's more of software applications. As you might also notice here, right? So there are also autofill suggestions for you. So based on the keyword provided in your incident description, we've got some predictive intelligence running at the back end, which actually suggests that these are the values that are matching your short description provided, right? Of course, you're free to choose them or ignore them, really up to you, right? And then you can go ahead and right, go ahead and create the ticket, right? So and then there's a number that is assigned to you and so on and so forth, right? So as you can see here, attachments can be uploaded if you want to share any screenshots for the tool, etc., right? So yeah, so and then it goes into the incident view or a single ticket view as we call it. We have various workflow stages. Right now, the ticket is assigned to a group, which means that somebody from the GBL SharePoint support group has to pick up the tickets. As you noticed here, the assignment group for the ticket is automatically chosen because it was a SharePoint related issue, right? And then the ticket can be picked up an engineer. It will go to the resolver, then it will go to in progress, and it will go to resolved, and further closed, right? So this is sort of the workflow stages as you call it. So as part of the ticket view, you can update your description and other details, even post creation of the ticket. You can see the overall timeline across various events in your ticket. So if status have changed, if notes have been added, attachments have been uploaded, priority has been changed or upgraded or downgraded. All of that is something that you can see in a very intuitive timeline. Work notes are available for engineers, so the engineer can go and say, right, I contacted the user to understand more details, right? So, and then that can be added or logged here as part of the ticket here. So, and then you have the OLA and SLA, which is basically the acknowledgement time and resolution time. Again, something which can be configured, the service level agreements across various groups. It can vary across various resolver groups. It can also vary based on the coverage that you offer to your business users. So it could be 8 cross 5, 16 cross 5, 24/7 or whatever, right? Depending on the time coverage you're offering to your business users, the SLA clock automatically runs within the coverage time as well, right? So the attachments are there, and then you have various related records that can be linked to this ticket. You can link multiple tickets. You can link your KB articles. Your related configuration items. I think I briefly touched upon in the introductory slides. And then you have the vendor information. So let's assume that you're working with the vendor and resolving this ticket. You can link that ticket information as well. And there are key metrics here that are displayed for you. I think these are some quality metrics, also critical timelines that you want to see, such as reassignment, reopen, pending, etc. Right? So do not want the engineers to reopen the ticket multiple times or reassign it and have the ticket jump across multiple groups. All of this will lead to poor user experience, right? And then you have the pending count, how many times you have put the ticket on pending. Again, not a very good indicator here. And then you have the resolution time overall, right? And when you resolve the ticket, you pretty much have your resolution notes captured or entered by the engineer. You can also record an escalation, right? If your ticket is not responded to, so it can go to the reporting manager or a service delivery manager and so on. So, and then you have multiple spikes as well. So when you when you follow up with multiple users, essentially when the users are not responding, you can follow up for a certain number of times, and then the ticket can be closed after that if you do not receive a response. So typically this is sort of a UI design framework that we follow across multiple tickets that you will be seeing here. So as you can see here, I can go back to dashboard. Now it shows the service delivery manager dashboard, where it shows the performance across, for example, different groups that I own. I also have a CSET survey that popped up just now because I mean, there's a particular ticket that got resolved, so I can always provide a feedback to the team with regards to that. And then you can, see, so looking at the critical KPIs here, about to breach, I think is something which is very important. You have your inactive incidents and inactive requests as well. I think these are some very important metrics for you to track as a service manager or a service engineer. You do not want the tickets to breach the SLAs, and you also do not want to have inactive tickets, right? Tickets which have not received any updates for a significant amount of time, which means that users are waiting to hear from you and there is no action from you, right? So again, these are some critical aspects that can be looked at. And then you also have the analytics here across incidents and requests, which can be looked at by the service manager and so on. So as you see here, you have the end user dashboard, you have the engineer dashboard. Engineer dashboard shows my work and aging, what has been my productivity for a given month, what is the team performance that I've had, so I can always compare and see how the throughput or the results have been across different team members that I have as part of my group, right? And then you have the administration menu here, which allows you to configure all your masters, your SLAs, priorities, right? All of that, right? Your CMDB as well, right? You have various problem related masters and so on and so forth. So of course, all the users can be added. Your various assignment groups can be configured here. This is the coverage that the assignment group basically caters to, that is available. And then you have the list of users here as well, as you can see. And then after you go to, we can look at the request catalog. So this is our service request catalog. Again, something which is very configurable. You can set up multiple request types here. You can set up your workflows and approvals as you need. Onboarding request, I think I briefly talked about a little earlier. So let's say that if the HR wants to fill a form for onboarding here, they can provide all of these details, right? So first name, last name, supervisor email ID, what services are needed for them, right? And then what computer configuration is needed, whether network access is needed, email account, or whether they are more of a, maybe a manufacturing or a factory staff. What distribution list you want to add them to, whether they are a VIP here. Right? All of these aspects is something that you can pretty much cover here, right? So, right. And then you have the right. Yeah. So as and when you basically create your tickets, you have a parent ticket that gets created, as you can see here, right? So you have a request flow. So there is a parent ticket, and then you have multiple child tickets as well, right? So which means that the parent ticket is deemed completed only when you actually end up completing all your child tickets, right? So the one example that I'm showing you here is a list of offboarding child tickets. So the employee who's leaving the company has to be offboarded from Active Directory, from a mailing list or distribution list, from your IT assets have to be handed over, your mobility has to be, a corporate mobile device has to be given back, right? And then Power Apps, Power BI access, and so on and so forth. And if you want to remove them from any of your corporate antivirus and security systems, that can be done as well. And as and when these are completed, there are further child tickets to be created as well, right? So this is more of the complete request flow that you have. If you want to see all the requests that are open here, you can look at them here and basically filter them by priority, by group, and so on and so forth, right? So again, all of this is configurable. You can customize those forms and add more fields as well. So you can even create additional forms for maybe a purchasing request or maybe a payment request, things like that, right? So whatever your or even a laptop request, whatever, right? So all of those scenarios can be pretty much configured and set up here. Another thing that I would like to show you is also the all-in view that you have here. You have certain tickets which have a bell icon next to them. So these are basically incidents which have been created by automated the automation framework, right? So essentially, we have integration with the monitoring tools. So here there is a backup that has failed or an alert backup job which has failed, right? And then pretty much you can go in and look at more details about this issue, and then the engineers can jump in and see why the Commvault backup failed, and then they can go ahead and resolve them, right? So these are some automated tickets that you see as well as part of your incidents. We have your changes, right? So your production changes that are available here, right? So and you can pretty much go inside and then look at what is there. So we have a similar UI, but we also have risk assessment framework as part of your change tickets. We have multiple child tasks as part of your change tickets. Maybe it could be installing certain components, maybe configuring database, maybe updating some patches, right? All of that is something that you can record them as different change tickets as well. And then the closure notes and what is the downtime that particular asset is configured, right? So we can say that when we are deploying this change, let's say on a Friday or a Saturday between 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. there'll be a downtime, right? So that can be recorded here as well, right? So again, a notification to the business will help them to ensure that they don't use those systems during that time, right? So these are change framework, and then we have the problem ticket, which like I told you, you have the ability to record your problem tickets and then perform your analysis, your root cause analysis. As you can see, you have various problem nodes, you have root cause, resolution nodes, implementation nodes, preventive actions, and things like that. So you can do a detailed investigation via problem tickets, and then once you complete that investigation, you can come in and record your problem notes, and then accordingly identify what is the root cause behind a recurring issue or a repetitive issue, right? So that is your problem management framework. And then you have your projects management module, which allows you to manage all your projects, right? So, for instance, you have your, let's say, let's pick up one of your projects. And then this has a detailed WBS view as well. I think I talked about it earlier. So, as you can see here in this particular project, we have two phases, right? And then each of those phases have got, first phase has got about 5 tasks, the second one has got one, and then you can basically expand them. You have various child tasks as part of the project as well, and then you can add a project task and assign more into this as well, right? So that is something that's available for you, right? So again, very very convenient for you to manage your projects as running as part of your IT organization, right? So yeah. As you can see, the workflow stages are different here. We have design, build, UAT, in production, and so on. We have various stages the particular project flows through as well, right? So, and then you have the knowledge base module, knowledge base and KEDB available. And you have various articles that are available. So you can create new articles, you can add new revisions to the articles. All of these are searchable as well. So you can pretty much go and use the search bar on the top, and then identify your SOPs and articles based on that. So your various details and multiple revisions as well, right? So there was a draft version, then the published version, and then if the KB article information is not relevant anymore, you can pretty much retire that article as well, right? So that is available, and then you have your approvals. So you can see as an approver, various approvals were reached to your dashboard, and you can review them and approve them as well. So as you can see here, I've got one request for a user creation pending, and then multiple changes which are pending as well on my dashboard, right? And then we have various reports available. So you have your incident report, you have your service request report. So what you can do is you can filter out from various values here, and then you can generate the report. For example, let's say I want to take all tickets from this particular assignment group, and I want to see only open tickets, right? Or so you can apply all these filters for you, right? And then of course you can also search and then look at the tickets as well, right? So and then you can preview the report, and then or you can generate it, right? And then you can also save it, so you can create a new. So based on whatever parameters you have selected, you can save that as a template and recall the template as well as you would want to. Maybe you're running that report frequently, right? So that is something you can do as well. Oh yeah, so this is, I think, given a quick tour of the tool as such. You also want to touch upon the dashboarding element for you, right? So what we saw here are standard reports available across all your problems and changes, incidents, and so on. Even CSAT, for instance, right? So all of that you can extract your reports. We have approvals for both security and non-security sort of scenarios available. Now, if you look at our dashboard, so we have a complete report suite available here, and we have a daily status update. We have timesheet related information. Again, I think tracking productivity of your engineers is very important. So maybe linking with the time shading system in this case is becomes critical. You have a project management sort of a report available, right, which shows you your project related details. We have monthly reporting as well. So essentially, if you look at the daily reports, these can be used typically to run your daily ops calls, right? So as part of service delivery, there are daily calls that engineers have with their managers. So you can look at what is going on there, and what is the number of incidents created in a given day, and how many resolved, and what's been the trend, and so on. And average incident inflow, etc. All that can be analyzed as well. And if you want to get into the specific information, you can always drill through and look at those specific tickets as well, right? So you have incidents, you have service requests. So across all of that, we have dashboards and critical KPIs set up for you, and that way daily tracking becomes very convenient, because those insights and problematic areas are available for you at a click of a button, right? So yeah, so that is something, and also the aging information becomes very critical as well. Yeah, as you see in this particular sample data, looks like we are doing overall fine. I mean, a lot of tickets, almost all of them are within the 30 days bracket, so maybe we are doing good. Only very few tickets are above the 30 days bracket, so I think we're okay there, right? So, and then we have the monthly, performance related KPIs available for you to look at, the P1, P2 incidents by various service areas, the inflow and outflow. And then we also have the overall summary across your incidents and service requests, changes, and problem tickets, and so on. We also have monitoring dashboard here, which is typically generated from your monitoring tools. So I think it's something which has become quite popular with our customers, wherein they're able to see how their environment, critical components of their IT infrastructure is functioning. So typically cloud, on-prem, and network, as we call it, right? So here, as you can see, cloud, on-prem, and network, I think we are doing okay. So there is a green indicator here. So and then you can also see majority of the tickets have come in from two different regions, North America and Asia, and majority of them also belong to the Wintel support team. I think the team which is mostly handling the servers and workstations, right? So, and then you have the top five CIs. Again, a very important metric for you to understand that out of all your assets, IT assets, the top five we are emanating or generating a lot of tickets. So maybe it's time for you to kind of create a problem ticket and analyze what's going on in these various assets, so that you can fix the root cause of those problems and ensure that those assets are staying healthy, thereby of course leading to ticket reduction as well, right? So, and yeah, so, and as and when you see problems, you see the threshold limits are basically crossing, then you have a challenge here wherein any of these indicators will turn amber or red for you to get into the details of it, right? So yeah. And then, of course, we also have a few other dashboards which are useful, including tickets timeline. how tickets have been performing across various assignment groups, or even you can even get into a particular engineer and see how they're doing over the last 30 days, current month, and so on and so forth, right? And then you can look at productivity of a particular engineer as well. Now, coming to the project management report, right? So we have the ability to look at how many projects are currently running, what are the priority ones, who's the project owner, what service areas these projects are being run in. So as you can see, we have a lot of projects on data center area, one in AWS area, and so on. So we can pretty much see what's going on there. And then you have various other information such as the project summary. uh, I think there are a few projects that have turned red. So you also have indicators across different phases of your project, thereby clearly looking at conveying to you, whether the overall project delay is because of one or two phases, and maybe the three phases went fine, right? So I think assessment and identification, which projects are going late, or there is an indication that it is likely to be delayed. All of these are something that you can pretty much track here, right? And we also have a time entry system, so time sheeting system, which has a link here. So you can see that the engineers have clocked a lot of time on run and maintain, which is your regular support work. There is also about 22.48% of time spent on enhancements and projects as well. And then you have QA and certain other time which is going into meetings and things like that, right? So I think overall productivity assessment is also something which you can very quickly see using these dashboards. Yeah. So, okay, I will just take a pause and I will probably hand it over back to Nishant, or any of the attendees have any questions. Please feel free to post your questions on the chat and be able to answer them.
Thank you, Karthik. That was an insightful overview of DiliGenie, and we hope this gives everyone a clear understanding of how the solution drives real value for the organization. So now the floor is open for questions, and the Q&A chat box is open for all the questions for the attendees. It is towards the right hand of your screen, and please write your question and raise your hand, and Karthik can answer your questions. Okay, Karthik. So we have a question from Bhavya, and the question is, what is the typical size of company DiliGenie can manage? I just want to understand how scalable it is.
Right. Yeah, I think we've got a couple of questions, one from Urvi as well, one from Bhavya. And yeah, so basically, Urvi's question is, yeah, they're talking about, I think, the ability for delegated administration, right? Can business unit managers initiate or yeah, that is possible, right? So typically, you can have people who are only assigned an approver role, and thereby they'll be able to only do the approvals and not really have administrative access. Thereby, leading to updating tickets or modifying the status of the tickets and modifying the status of the tickets, etc. So that's very much possible. And coming to another question, I think the what is the typical size of company DiliGenie can manage? No, yeah, I think really there is no restriction here. So it can be as small as just a team of, let's say, five service engineers who are part of the IT team, and they maybe are servicing maybe 40, 50 end users, etc. Or all the way up to maybe a large team of hundreds of engineers and serving thousands of end users as well. So typically, the tool is highly scalable, and it is cloud hosted, so you can pretty much access it from anywhere. And as part of our initial due diligence, when we talk to customers, we understand the size of the organization, then accordingly provision the required resources for them at the back end, so that the access is there without any latencies for users across the globe, if an organization is spread across multiple countries, right? So yeah, so there is typically no restriction. So I think the features are there, and we can provision the required resources for even large companies to use this tool effectively.
Okay. Thank you, Karthik. I guess that was all from our attendee side. So Thank you all for your thoughtful questions and valuable suggestions. We truly appreciate your time and engagement. To help you explore DiliGenie in more depth and see how it can be tailored specifically to your organization's need, we encourage you to sign up for a personalized demo. After the webinar, you will receive an email containing the demo registration link of DiliGenie. We also share the link in the chat box here. Additionally, you can also visit our website for more details on DiliGenie and can also schedule a demo through our website. After the session, we invite you to complete a brief survey form, which will help us better understand your specific requirements and continuously improve our offering. We look forward to connecting with you during the demo and supporting your digital transformation journey. Thank you all for joining us today. Have a great afternoon. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.